Let's check out the 1969 baseball set in great shape. I'm just going to pull them out by stack, and you're going to hear every name mentioned. So this is kind of exciting. So here we go. Jack Billingham, Al Dark, Jerry Koosman from Appleton, Minnesota, I believe. Yes. Great Minnesota-born player. Russ Gibson, Rich Nye, Horace Clark, Pete Reichert, Lou Brock, one of the fastest players ever to play the game. Bob Humphreys, Mike Ferraro. Rookies, let's see if they're good. Richie Hebner, a good player. Al Oliver, a good player. Good card for the Pirates. Mel Queen, Norm Cash, a home run hitter. Milt Pappas, Tom Satriano. Look at the shape of these cards. Ron Peranowski. And he must have been traded because it looks like a Los Angeles Dodger uniform. And it was. And they just painted the hat. Norm Miller, Louis Aparicio, great fielder. Preston Gomez, Johnny Briggs, home run hitter. Ron Taylor, Steve Whitaker, not related to Lou. Tommy Helms, Steve Hamilton, Dave Duncan, Bill Stoneman. Let's see the Orioles. Mike Adamson, never heard of him. Merv Rettenmund, heard of him. He's a decent player. Willie Davis, great player. Bill Monboquette, Jimmy Hickman, Chico Salmon, Jimmy Hall, former Twin. Hit 20 homers for the Twins. It looks like 3 years and 30 once. Nelson Bryles, Jay Johnstone, Fred Gladding, Checklist, Rich Reese, Jerry Grote, Cisco Carlos, Sonny Jackson, and Mike Andrews. Those are the first stack. And this will be cards number 51 through 1. Woody Fryman, Bob Clemente, a.k.a. Roberto. Royal, Steve Jones, never heard of him. I don't know what his name is. That would be Alicio Rodriguez. Brent Allier played for the Twins after this. Paul Popovich, Fritz Peterson, Maury Wills, stolen base leader many years. Danny Qatar, Joe Niekro. Look at that card. That's a cool looking card. Tommy Harper, Bob Barton. Most of these cards are pretty blah. Mayo Smith, Dick Hughes, Zoil Versailles. Never knew he played for the Pirates or the Padres after he played for the Twins. Kurt Martin, he could hit the homers, but he struck out a lot. Luke Walker, Joe Morgan. Look at that card of Joe. Gary Peters, Wayne Cosby, Sammy Ellis. Mets rookies, Gary Gentry and Amos Otis. Great Kansas City Royal there. Bob Allison, great home run hitter for the Twins. Dave Moorhead, Mike Ryan, Bernie Allen also played for the Twins. Clay Carroll, Roy White, good player. Walt Alston, Hall of Fame coach. Lou Krause, Jesus Alou, Jose Santiago, Ernie Hall of Fame Banks. Look at the shape of that card. Centered perfectly, too. I should get it graded. Ken Suarez, Dick Schofield, Mike Marshall. His rookie card before he goes berserk and pitches in 110 games one year. That's crazy. Let's see who were good on the Giants, if any of these guys were good. Gutierrez and Robertson, don't even know their first name, so they're not good. There's one of my favorite players of all time, Boog Powell. Just stood there, big guy, and he could hit the bombs. Al McBean, Mickey Stanley. Now we get to the leader cards. These are going to be good. Strikeout leaders, Hall of Famer, and Bill Singer played for the Twins. Sam McDowell, Danny McClain, Louis Tiant. Another great stack. Here's the NL pitching leaders. Marichal led the league in wins. Look at that card. Marichal, Gibson, and Jenkins, all Hall of Famers. AL, McClain not in the Hall of Fame. McAnally not in the Hall of Fame. Tiant, I believe, is in the Hall of Fame. And Mel Stottlemyre, nope. ERA leaders, Bob Bolin and Bob Veal, nope. Gibson, yep. AL, Louis Tiant, yep. McDowell, McAnally, nope. Let's see the home run leader card. Look at that. I mean, two guys that are in the Hall of Fame, and the guy in the middle should be in the Hall of Fame, Richie Allen, Dick Allen. Home run hitters in the American League. None of them in the Hall of Fame. RBI leaders. Look at that one. McCovey, Santo, Williams. All Hall of Famers. Harrelson, Howard, and Northrup. None in the Hall of Fame. Look at that one. The Alou brothers and Pete Rose, batting leaders in the National League. In the American League, 2 Hall of Famers and Danny Qatar. Kari Yastrzemski was the only batter to bat over 300 in 1968, which is where these stats would be coming from. So let's pull another wad here. Going to try to do this as fast as we can. I decided not to do all the music because it takes more time for me to just sit there and do this. Me just... Northrup hits a granny. Cal Al Kaline. Lou Brock homer. Tim McCarver homer. Tigers homer by Horton and Cash. Kirk Gibson fans 17. John Purdon. Vita Pinson. Jerry Adair. Joe Gibbon. Bob Buck Rogers. Houston Astros rookies. Hal Gilson. Nope. Leon McFadden. Moore. Nope. Pete Ward. Jim Britton. Ed Brinkman. Tommy Sisk. Clay Dalrymple. Denny McLean. Ollie Brown. Lee Stang. Leo, Hall of Famer DeRocher. Jim Perry had a many good years for the Minnesota Twins. Max Elvis, Bob Hendley, Joe Nosick, Woody Woodward, Bill Dillman, Jim Lefevre, Andy Costco, John Bateman, Wally Bunker. Let's see who's good for the Cardinals. Steve Hunts, nope. Mike Torres pitched a little bit. Tommy Davis, good player for the Dodgers many years. Batted .346, was the NL MVP. Jim Weaver, Johnny Callison, Dave Baldwin, Chris Cannizzaro, Carl, Hall of Famer Yastrzemski, great card. Bill, he's pretty cool. He's McCool. That'd be great if he was worked at McDonald's. Tommy Aaron, Hank Aaron's brother. Kevin Collins, didn't have quite the career as Hank. Dick Tracewski, Ray Sadecki. And we'll see if I have any other goofy music here. Back to the Fox theme, I guess. Hank Bauer. Wilbur Wood. Ron Fairley. Joe Grisenda. Pete, Hall of Fame Rose. Look at the shape of that card. Doug Radar. I am the one. Who's the wild thing? Stan Williams. Jim Ferry. Chuck Harrison. Bill Hands. Yanks. Al Kloster. Nope. John Cumberland. Nope. David May. J.C. Martin. Johnny Morris. Mike Shannon. Longtime Cardinal broadcaster on KMOX St. Louis 1120. Jim Lonberg. Tony Taylor. Jim Hannon. Rick Monday. That's a cool card. He played for the Kansas City A's, and then they were transferred to the Oakland A's. Don't know why they have the helmet like that. Steve Blass, because that was a Kansas City A's hat, and they had to paint it over. That's what they did. Blass, Repos. They used a lot of these cards in 1957. A lot of these cards had the same pose, but they might be on different teams, so they had to paint them over. Daryl Patterson. There's Hank Aaron. Twins, Danny Morris. Craig Nettles. There's Greg Nettles rookie card. Dave Justy. Buddy Bradford. Denver LeMaster. Never heard of him. Johnny Bench. Everybody heard of him. That's a great card. The Cops Cup card in great shape. Hank Aguirre and Joel Foy. So there's another stack of cards right here for you. For me. For me, for you, for everybody. Let me put had a card fall out of place here. Card number 98 is Dave Justy. And I am going to put these back in the box here. I got all these cards from eBay, from Dean's Cards. And they had every card in a sleeve. I had to pull every card out of a sleeve. And now I'm putting them all in my sleeves, in pages. So, kind of cool. And here we go with another stack of cards. 1969 Topps baseball set. Complete set, great shape. Chuck Cottier, Ron Herbel, Frank Hall of Fame Robinson, Ed Spezio, not in the Hall of Fame, Bob Pretty, Gene Oliver, Joe Coleman, Ed Charles, Ray Fosse. That's his rookie. Was a good young player until Pete Rose clobbered him in the All-Star game. Ron Klein, Frank Castro, Jim Brewer. Once again, every 10 cards, Topps numbers their cards. If you're number 200, 300, 400, you're like Hall of Fame quality. If you're 250, you're almost Hall of Fame quality. Could be Hall of Famer. And then all the zeros are some of the best players, All-Stars out there. So I see a bunch of players here. Bobby Cox. Man, there he is, one of the best managers ever to play. Or a coach. Manny Mota. Jim Catfish Hunter. Look at that. A 5. He gets a 5. Means he's okay. 5s are okay. Zeros are the best. Here's going to be a 0 right here. Right here. Rusty Staub. Gets the 0. That means he's good. Don Locke. Dave Leonard. Frank Johnson. Bruce Howard. Don Kessinger. Gets the 5. Angels. Bill Harrelson. Steve Keeley. Nobody knows them. Tom Dukes. Dwayne Josephson. Art Shamsky. Sam McDowell. And here is Sam McDowell was the 0. Freddie Patek. There he is. Old Royal Great. Look at this shit. That's a cool looking card with the Pirates. Johnny Roseborough and John Donaldson. Not Josh Donaldson. We have some guests. We have Ivan Rodriguez autograph card, a Pete Rose 66, a Nolan Ryan 71, and a Pedro Martinez autograph card. Don Sutton. Great pitcher. Here he's a 6, so you mean this might be one of his first cards. Rico Petrocelli, another great guy. He gets the 5, which is good. Jerry Arrigo, Tom Tresh, Galen Cisco, Felix Milan gets the 0. That means he's good. Haney. Clendenin, Roy Face. Let's see the rookie stars of Philly. Larry Heisel had a nice career with the Twins and Brewers. Barry Lurch. Rick Reichert. Jack Hyatt. You're going to see a Hall of Famer coming up pretty soon. Davey Johnson, great coach. Don Wilson, and here we go. Russ Snyder, and this is it. Bob Gibson. He gets card number 200. Jim French, Willie Smith, Dick Selma, Lum Harris, John Blue Moon Odom with all green. Doesn't say on the back anything about Blue Moon yet. Ted Uhlaender, Don Cardwell, Jose Pagan, Lindy McDaniel, Willie Mays. That's crazy. Doesn't even get a 0-0. One of the greatest to ever play the game. Let's see who's good for the Red Sox. Joe LaHood, not too good. Joe Thibodeau, never good. Rick Wise, Leon Wagner could hit the bombs. 37 homers, 31 homers, 28, 28, 26. Wow. John Edwards, Tom Phoebus, Rigoberto Pena, Don Shaw, Bill Rigney, coach for the Twins too. Mel Nelson, Willie Horton, Don Pavletich, Ray Euler, Ron Reed, Joe Askew, Jim Bunning, Mudcat Grant Jackson. No, it's Grant Jackson, not Mudcat Grant. Mudcat Grant, Grant's the last name. Bob Christian, Gary Nyman, Jerry Stevenson, Glenn Beckert, Frank Howard. Tigers celebrate their victory. Lalich Series Hero Outduels Gibson. So there's another big wad of cards right here. 1969 Topps baseball set in fantastic shape. Let's see what else we have here. Let's try some of this stuff here. I want MLB on NBC theme, not all these games. So just for that, we're going to the ABC baseball theme. If it ever shows up. This is crazy. Come on, ABC. A little pause in the action here. Calcouns, Jim Pagliaroni. I think we're finally getting the music here for ABC. Daryl Brandon. Hey, let's go, Daryl. Felipe Alou, Mark Belanger, Dave Nicholson, Deron Cherry, Andy Messersmith. It's a cool looking card. Tony Hall of Famer Perez, Jim Lemon, could hit the long ball. Dick Dietz, Al Downing, Vern Fuller, Jim Cott, one of the greatest fielders ever to pitch. Bart Shirley, Ken Holtzman, Jose Tartable, Doc Ellis, Don Mincher. Expos, Jerry Robertson, don't really remember him. Mike Wegener, nope. Sandy Alomar, Pat Jarvis, Ted Kubiak, Alex Johnson, Roger Nelson, Gary Geiger, Rod Hendricks, Gary Wagner, Vic Davalillo, Clyde King, Ron Willis, Ed Stroud, Larry Stahl, Mickey Lolich, Al Weiss, Al Spangler, Vicente Romo, Dodgers, Hutton, Foster, nope. Chico Cardenas, Bill Landis, Jerry May, Mike Kekich, Bob Johnson, Bill Short, Jackie Hernandez, Jim Ray, Gates Brown, Steve Lefty Carlton. Look at the shape of that card. Joe Schultz, Jerry Johnson. About half done now. Just under. Wanted in a beer and less. All right. Happy Days will be coming up later because of the World Series. Ed Cranepool, Stan Bonson, Ken Boyer, Jose Herrera, Gary Bell. Let's see who's good for the Royals. Mike Fiore, Jim Rooker, pitched a little bit. Harmon, Killebrew, Bob Tillman, Fred Lasher, Adolfo Phillips, Selbando, Juan Marichal, Bob Skinner, Vic Rosnovsky, Lou Johnson. I got an aerial shot in New York. Wow, it was exciting. Enough of the videotape stuff. All right, Lou Johnson, Bo Belinsky, Jim Fregosi, Tommy Agee, Russ Nixon, Jim Maloney, Gary Holman, Jim Wynn, Dick Kelly. Let's see who was good on the Oakland A's. George Lazarick, nope. Roberto Rodriguez, nope. Carl Taylor with the hat backwards. Frank Quillisi, former coach for the Twins too. Phil Niekro, Hall of Famer. Nate Oliver, Jeff Torberg, Paul Shaw, Carol Sembra, Dick Allen should be in the Hall of Fame. Dick Williams, Steve Harrigan, Randy Hundley, Wayne Comer, Frank Lindsay, Tom Matchick, Dan Frizella, Bubba Morton, and Dave Aldblech. Can't remember if we went through these or not. Nope. Dave McAnally. Let's look at the Reds. Steve Mingori pitched a little for the Royals. Jose Pena. Del Unser. Manny Martinez. Jim Rowland. Bill Mazeroski. He made the Hall of Fame. Roof. Murrell. Talbot. Carrito and House. Canigliaro. I know I missed a few Hall of Famers in there. I'm just going pretty fast, and some of these guys I like more, so I'll say Hall of Famer. Rick Joseph. Joe Horland. Willie Crawford. Gary Sutherland. Jose Cardinal. Tigers, Les Kane, never played. Dave Campbell, he played a little bit. I don't know if Dave Campbell, he did play, but he's not the one for the Twins. Bill Campbell was a Twin. Larry Miller, Jose Vidal, Jim McAndrew, Val Maxwell, Ken McMullen, Jack Fisher. Look at all the buzz cuts on these guys. Bruce Look, Hal Lanier, Eddie Fisher buzz cut. Bill Robinson, Lee Elia, Sparky Lyle, Tom Holler, Walt Williams, Wade Blasingame, Gary Kolb, Jim, there's Mudcat Grant, Dick McAuliffe, and let's see the Padres, Bill Davis and Cito Gaston. So there we go. We're already to card number 341. Way over halfway, except I made a mistake. There we go. My box looks crazy bad right now, everybody. I put all the cards in upside down, so you can't see the numbers. Not one of my finest videos I've ever posted, but the cards look great, and that's all we care about. As I'm reflipping the cards in the box, try not to ding the corners, and so far I haven't. That's fantastic. All right. Here we go. Tom Gosger, Bill Milton. It's Tom, Hall of Fame Seaver. Look at that card, ladies and gentlemen. Almost a gem in 10. Richie Scheinblum, Don Buford, 69. Topps Baseball, Ken Brett. He had a little career. Not as good as his brother. Tim McCarver, passed away, unfortunately, a little bit ago. Tom Murphy, Jose Arcia, Jim Price, Ted Savage. Mel Stottlemyre, Chico Ruiz. Let's see if the Pirates had anybody. Bruce Tell Canton made the show. Bob Robertson also made the show. Tommy Reynolds, Joe Pocabella, Tommy John. You know you're good when a surgery's named after you. Dave Marshall, Dennis Rabont, Red Shindiest, Mike Epstein, a good pinch hitter. Joe Torre, great coach. Dave Boswell, actually, was a decent player, too. Kurt Bluffery, Dalton Jones, Buddy Harrelson, Sonny Siebert. Let's see if the Phillies had anybody good. Larry Colton, nope. Don Money, good career with the Brewers. Mike Cuellar, Al Ferrara, Rich Rollins, Billy Williams, Hall of Famer, Paul Lindblad, Bob Toll, and Ralph Houck. More known for the Tigers coaching. Claude Raymond, Bobby Canoop, Joe Moeller, Don Wirt, Ty Klein, Dennis Higgins, Willie Hall of Fame McCovey. White Sox, Ed Herman, he caught for many years. Danny Lazar, don't remember him. Gary Wozlewski, Louis Alcaraz. Gene Alley was decent. Here's some of the All-Star team. Now let's put all the All-Stars and do all them in order. Here we go. American League All-Stars. Sam McDowell was the pitcher. Koosman for the National League. Then you also had McLean in the American League and Gibson in the National League. Catchers for the American League, Freehan, bench in the National League. Outfield, one American Leaguer was Horton. One in the National League was Brock. Another was Oliva. Another was Flood in the National League. And then the American League also had Yastrzemski, and the National League had Rose. Wow, what names. I mean, well, I didn't realize Koosman started the All-Star game. But look at the names here. Johnny Bench, Lou Brock, Oliva, Yastrzemski, Rose, Carew, Helms, Harrelson, McCovey. Great names. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, here we go. And let's check out some more 69 cards. Ray Washburn, Duke Sims, Roland Sheldon, Larry Durker, Al Hall of Fame K-Line. Loved this guy. Also, it's the name of the battery, Alkaline Battery. Bob Moose, Nate Colbert, Tom Egan, Phil Ortega, Lee May. Let's see if the Cubs had anybody good. Vic LaRose, nope. Gary Ross, nope. Bob Miller, Ken Boswell, Jake Gibbs, Don Drysdale. Great pitcher, great announcer. Bob Bailey, Tito Francona, Chuck Dobson, Jim Campanis. Chris Short, Pilots, Lou Piniella from Seattle Pilots. Marv Staley. Gary Brabender. Bob Berta, Ray Culp, Bill Freehan, great pitcher. A great pitcher of the catcher. Picture. Coombs, McGrath, Klaus, McLaughlin, Orlando Cepeda, Hall of Famer, Larry Shepard, Casey Cox, Pat Corrales, another coach. So let's see if we can put these together right this time. And let's see if I can put them in the box right this time. Once again, I'm going to put all these cards into sleeves. But the cards look fantastic. Jim Nash, Willie, Hall of Fame, Stargell. Here's some more rookies. Did the Tigers, did Mike Kilkenny do good or Ron Woods? Nope. Fred Newman, Bob Aspromonte, Vic Verbonic, Kurt Flood. Ted shows Mike Epstein how to hit, and it must have worked because Epstein was a decent pinch hitter. Charlie Smith, Mike Shaw, Padres. Danny Breeden, Dave Roberts, both pitched a little bit. Phil Reagan, Jim McNerney. Not a very exciting hat the Pilots had. How about that card? Nolan Ryan. Second-year card. Did not even get the Gold Cup because he was 6-9. Phoebus, Hardin, McAnally, Cuellar, all great pitchers for the Orioles. They had many good pitchers in the late 60s, early 70s. Dick Farrell, Cesar Tovar. Played all 9 spots in one game once. Ed Kirkpatrick, Claude Osteen, Al Lopez, Hector Torres, Earl Wilson. Just Expos rookies. Love that hat. Phil LeBoy, Floyd Wicker. Bob Chance, Joe Horner, George Thomas, Bob Veal. Yankees, Kenny and Bulmer. 4 Yankees we went through, and I don't recognize any of them. Fred Whitfield, Mike McCormick. Oh, we missed a couple of players here. We better go back and find the 2 players we missed. How about a guy named Reggie Jackson? Look at that rookie card. Look at the shape of that rookie card for one of the greatest players ever to play. Reggie Jackson. He led the league in triples in the minor leagues for Birmingham. And how about this card? Mickey Mantle. I believe this is his final card. Yep, he announced his retirement March 1st of 69. And this here is the Ohio number card, which means this card was made in one of the last series. Back in the day, Topps would put usually cards number 1 through 132 in the first series around Christmas time. And then at the end of the year, they made their update sets, but by then people were buying football cards. So a lot of people didn't keep those cards. That's why there's such value for the late cards. If you didn't sell the card shops or the grocery stores would turn them back into the Topps and they would throw them away. So there's hardly any of those cards out there. Earl Weaver, Dick Green, both coaches. Mike Lum, Camilo Pascual, Cleon Jones, Diego Segui. How about that card? Rod Carew, Manny Sengian, Mo Drabowski, Cookie Rojas, Paul Blair, Bobby Bolin, Larry Brown, Minnie Rojas, Tony Gonzalez. Let's see if the Astros anybody. Don Bryant, Steve Shea, Juan Pizarro, Julio Javier, Larry Jaster, Bert Campaneris, Ken Berry, Wes Parker, Tony Cloninger, Jerry Kreider, George Mitterwald, Matty Alou, Clete Boyer, Joe Sparma, Dennis Menke, Paul Casanova, Gaylord Perry, Joe Gordon, Ted Abernathy. Finally closing in on the end. Clyde Wright. Look at the 7th series checklist. That's how many series they made. Gary Nolan, Jim Northrup, Dave Nelson, Don Bosch, Mike Hagan, Ron Stone, Bill Wilson, don't recognize them. Bill Singer played for the Twins a little bit. George Boomer Scott, Jim Hall of Fame Palmer, Willie McCovey and Marichal both in the Hall. Cap Peterson, Ron Santo Hall of Famer, Billy Harris, Cecil Upshaw, Jim Schellenbach and Elvio Jimenez, Ron Hansen, Hoyt Wilhelm, Gil Hodges, Marty Patton, Bob Watson, liked him. Ron Clark, don't remember him. Louis Tiant, great pitcher. Look at the 100th anniversary patch on the 68 jerseys. Because he was a 69 card. Joe Haig, Jim Hicks, Tom Bergmeyer, former Twin, Frank Fernandez, Bando Campaneris and Qatar. Jim Hart, Frank Bertania, Ron Davis, not the same one for the Twins, Ted Sizemore, great catcher. Bill Sudeikis, Wayne Granger, Brooks Hall of Fame Robinson, Ron Brand, Bob Locker, Billy Martin, Twins coach. Let's pull up the last wad here. Final card of the set is Ron Hunt, 664. Dick Raditz, Royals, Drago, Spriggs, Oliver. Dick Drago pitched a while. Jim Merritt. Reggie Smith, Johnny Pondres. Tom Hall played a little bit for the Twins. Bill Burbuck and Jim Miles I never heard of. Bobby Mercer, Diane Schneider, Mike Hirschberger, May Sechrist, and Rich Morales. Aurelio Rodriguez, Eddie Watt, good pitcher. Gus Gill. Ted Williams, he had a decent career. There's his coach's card. In 41, he batted .406. Al Jackson, Bobby Wine, Dave Wickersham. More Expos. Carl Morton, I remember a little bit. George Burnett, Chuck Hinton, Billy Cowan, John Hiller. Bobby Darwin, John Miller, Tommy Dean. Fergie Jenkins, that's a cool jersey. Ray Moore, Ed Sprague. Padres. Clay Kirby pitched a little bit, but I don't think he pitched for the Padres. Woody Hell, George Culver, Eddie Etchebarren, Harry Walker, Jim Ward, and John Kennedy. I thought he was born in Boston. One of these Kennedys was. Bobby Bonds, Barry Bonds' dad, Jack Hamilton, Canigliaro, Brian Wentz. That's Bill Canigliaro, not as good. George Stone, Gene Michael, another great coach for the Yankees. Mac Jones, Darrell Chaney, Duffy Dyer, Torrey Herman, all played in the majors. Hank Allen, Dan Ozinski. Bill Voss, Dean Chance for the Twins. More rookies for the Royals. That's not the same Bill Butler from the 90s. Pat Kelly, Juan Rios, Ramon Webster, Jesse Gonder, Don McMahon, Len Gabrielson, Griffith and Gunn, don't know them. Jim Bokamp, Jack Acker, Didier, Herniak, Niebauer, nope. Jim Harden had a great year, won 18 games for the O's. From Memphis, Phil Gigliano, Dick Simpson, Dick Bosman, Gene Mock, coaching the Expos there. Dick Ellsworth, Bobby Etheridge, almost done here doing the 1969 set. 3 Cubs rookies I never heard of. Tug McGraw I heard of. One of his first cards. Tony Oliva, Hall of Famer. John Boozer. Tony Oliva was so good they gave him card number 600 too. Ruben Amaro. Let's see if the A's had anybody. Yes, they did. Look at that. Hall of Famer Raleigh Fingers. Chuck Hartenstein, Lee May, Dooley, Womack, Don Noterbart. Al Santorini pitched a little bit. I don't know what that is. Can't tell. It looks like a printing error. But he's not a good player. Mike Hedlund, Rico Cardi. Joe Pepitone, Bill White, Joe Rudy, Tim Cullen, Ron Swoboda, and Don Mason wraps up the set. Once again, we'll show you the best 2 cards in the set. The best 2 cards in the set of 1969 were Reggie Jackson, rookie, and Mickey Mantle's last card. So you get the last Mantle and the first Reggie. Hope you enjoyed it. The 1969 Topps baseball set. Have a good day.